Hello, storytellers. I'm Laura Haverkamp, Dr. Laura Haverkamp. I'm your instructor for this summer. This first video is this terribly boring video where I orient you to the course layout and the syllabus and schedule. But I'm going to say, please stick with me so that you get some of your questions answered before you have to email me directly. There are about 40 of you in this class, so I'm trying to cut down on confusion ahead of time so that you can figure stuff out on your own. So to get started, I am here in my view of the storytelling course for this summer. And I want to let you know that, of course, it has a home page, but most of the time I'm only going to be using the announcements on the home page. That's how I will communicate to you for the most part, through the announcements. And then, so look for those. If something's going to change or something has come up, I will let you know through announcements. I want to make sure that you know that there's good stuff in the course documents. So let's go there. I'm going to course documents. Here you'll find the syllabus. It links to a Google Doc. That Google Doc is updated and should not change. And I'm going to scroll through. Maybe I'm going to scroll through. Come on. This is all the sort of standard stuff in a USC syllabus. They tell us what we have to put in it. And there it is, but most people are interested in how am I going to grade you? So there are 4 regular storytelling assignments. Those are worth 10 points apiece. There are blogs. Those are not set up yet. Don't freak out. There will be a blog with your name on it. I just haven't put those in yet. It's Friday, by the way, and the course opens on the 21st. So it's the Friday before the class opens. Your blogs aren't there, but they will be there by Sunday. There is a digital storytelling assignment that is worth 15 points. There is a reflective essay. Don't let that freak you out. It's a 1-pager on, this is what I think I learned. It's supposed to be easy. And then there's a class participation grade that is cumulative throughout the term, and it includes your video intro for a total of 100 possible points. I am not a hard grader. This is a class that has nothing in it that is a gotcha deal. There's nothing that I'm trying to catch you on. There's nothing to get you in trouble. Just want to make that clear. So there's your syllabus. I'm going to go back to looking at our course documents. The next thing I want to bring your attention to is the course schedule. As that opens up, this will be your Bible for the course. Please print this out and pay attention to it. It helps you keep track of due dates, reading assignments, expectations. This is a good resource for you. So our class begins on Monday, June 21st. In that first week, it is packed. The whole class is packed because it's a 6-week course. Nothing here is hard. It's not like doing calculus, but there's a lot of information and you have to keep up with the assignments. All right, so the first week, we'll have introductions, class expectations, that's what we're doing right now. I'm reviewing the syllabus and assignments, so you'll be looking at this video. And I would like you to read the first 6 chapters in Storytelling Art and Technique. You need to read 5 to 7 fables, and you need to read 5 to 7 fairy tales. Please keep a list of the stories that you read. When I ask you to read fairy tales, fables, folk tales, whatever, make a list of what you have read for the week. All I'm going to ask for is the list and maybe the source, like what book you got them from. Even if you got them from the internet, let me know. But I want you to keep track of where you're getting that information. Okay, so this is your schedule every week, and it's just week by week, and the date for the week is at the top. And that should keep you on track if you follow this. I will let you know the only people who do poorly in this class are people who ghost me or who ghost the class. So just stay on top of stuff. All right. I want to point out to you stories here. This link on the page called Stories. This will help you with story types, is really helpful for people. So when you look under stories, look at that story types. If you're not sure what the difference between a folktale and a fairy tale is and all that good stuff, those are the definitions that we will be using for this course. This is also another list of places where you may access stories if you don't have library access right now. The International Children's Digital Library is excellent for accessing things, for getting stories, for getting different types of stories and all that good stuff. So if you do not want to leave your chair to go to a library and browse, or don't have access to a library, maybe some libraries are still closed because of COVID or that type of thing, the International Children's Digital Library is helpful and a great resource. I want to make sure you know that. Okay, I'm going to go back to course documents. There's one other thing in this course documents that I want to make sure you look at, and it's at the bottom of the course documents list. I mean, there's all sorts of good stuff in here, but please note camera tips. That one is particularly helpful. I always have people who begin the class and they are like this on their camera and they read their stories and you can't see their whole face, or they do this with the light behind their head type of thing. I'm not in a perfect setting. My office is a hot mess, as you can see behind me. Try to control your background a little bit so you don't have too much extra stuff behind you. Try to lock your kids in a closet if you're recording with children in the home. You will hear my dog, my cat butt will probably drift across the camera at some point during this summer session because my animals are annoying, but try to control those factors as well when you record, please. All right, so that is a very fast orientation to our course documents. Next up, weekly content. You are seeing my view, not yours. I believe that you can't see weeks 2 through 6, but you can see them on mine. So far, under your weekly content, you should be able to see week 1 readings and lectures. So right now, the readings are up, the lectures aren't up. I'm recording it right now. So you will see the lectures go up on the Sunday before. I try to refresh my lectures every year so that you have new content, new lectures. But every once in a while, I'll drop a lecture in there that is just fine from last year or the year before. But most of the lectures will be new. Those lectures will go up week by week because they take time for me to like review the material and make sure everything is fresh. I will also make sure that slides go up so that there are slides there. So if you are sick of hearing me talk, you can just watch the slides and they will have the content from the week as well. All right, so under weekly content, there's just a ton of stuff to go over. So this is 6 weeks. Some of you have just survived the worst year ever of teaching. You're exhausted. There's a lot to get through in 6 weeks, so let me help you prioritize. Please read the book. It's excellent. I promise. I promise. Also, under the first week's content, I have put PDFs for the first 6 chapters of the book in case you're having delays getting the book. A couple of people have asked me if you could buy the newer version. It's about to come out, or wait for the newer version. I said yes. That's why I put up the PDFs for the first 6 chapters. Hopefully that'll get you through. My slides and my lectures over slides also cover what's in the book fairly closely. It's just not as in-depth because there's just not enough time. And I try to keep these recordings short. They're not short enough, I know. Okay, don't say that, but it's the truth. All right, so under weekly content, watch my lectures, please. They cover what's in the book. Do read the book. If you can't stand me in video, watch the slides. There will be 2 or 3 topics per week. So sometimes there will be 2 videos and sometimes there will be 3. I'll try to keep these things to 20 minutes, maybe 23 minutes at the most. If you need to watch them while you're on the elliptical or whatever, do that. Again, you can also just watch the slides, but it might be helpful to have 2 modes of input, if you've done any education classes. Okay, so watch the slides, watch the videos, one or the other of those, read the book. Then there are a lot of readings. For those readings, you're going to start running out of time. There's not going to be a test per se on them, and I've put them in there for your benefit. Like, here's my deal. I recognize that you are adults with other things pulling on your time. You have other obligations, but I also want to make sure you get a good value out of this course. If you're going to pay for a course, you should get good material in it. So there are lots of readings. If you run into, butt up against, I'm out of time, please open the readings and read the abstracts. I have tried to note under a lot of the readings, this is a 1-pager, read the whole thing. Or this is a 2-pager, you can get through this one. This one is a 20-pager, please read the abstract at the very least. I've also tried to note when I have posted videos that are examples, I have tried to point out where in the video I wanted you to look. It's great if you can watch the whole thing. And I understand sometimes you can't. So I have tried to say, okay, at minute 6, there's somebody's doing this really cool thing with a puppet or whatever, and you should look at it. There aren't too many puppets, I promise, but there's some. And so, like, I recognize you are trying to get the information, and I recognize that sometimes you can't get through it all. So watch the lectures, check out the slides if you can't stand my lectures, read the book, at least read the abstracts of the readings, look for my time cues as far as videos, and get through as much as you can, please. All right. What next? The discussions are where you will be turning in a lot of your materials. There is a student forum. The first class participation grade is your getting to know you video. Why am I making you do the getting to know you in a video? This is to get you over the hump of being in front of the camera. Having taught this class several years in a row, many library students are shy in front of the camera. I get it. I'm not particularly comfortable in front of the camera, but I just don't care anymore. So get yourself in front of the camera, do your recording, post it, and tinker around with, again, your, like, where's your head in the frame? I don't want to see your nostrils. You want like this much space above your head. Don't have bright windows behind you. All that good stuff. Like, get yourself framed and get yourself comfortable in front of the camera, please. All right. Also, your storytelling projects will all get turned in over here. I'll put a little bit more detail in here, but there are also details under assignments to let you know what you're supposed to do. But here's where you turn in most of your stuff. So your first getting to know me and your storytelling projects all go right here. Okay. The next place you turn things in is under blogs. I have not set up your blogs yet. Please be patient. There will be blogs with your names on them. So all blogs will go right here, and that's where you're doing your sort of reader's reaction. Under assignments, there is a description of the blog assignment, and it's really just reader's reactions. You're not really blogging out there unless you want to. There is a description here of the first 4 storytelling assignments. There is a description here of the digital storytelling assignment, and there's a description of the reflective paper. That is the last assignment. So you have all your assignments are right here with instructions. I have tried to clarify and modify those instructions over my years of teaching this course, so I hope they're clear. Again, nothing in this class is a gotcha. Nothing is trying to catch you. Nothing is trying to, like, hurt your grade. It is my assumption that everyone will get an A. All right. The only thing that gets turned in an assignment slot is the final paper, and that goes in the assignment, like the reflective paper. Oh, and I have 2 slots. There will only be 1 slot when it's time to turn this in. I don't know why I did that. Or that was an accidental Blackboard snafu on my part. Okay, so there you go. You have blogs to do, you have storytelling assignments, and you have a final reflective paper. I'm going to go back to course documents. I'm going to go back to that course schedule. And here it opens up again. All right, on this course schedule, in bold, it tells you when things are due. Throughout the course, for the first 5 weeks of the course, you have 2 assignments due a week. Two. So in the first week, your introduction is due and your first blog is due. In the second week, your first storytelling assignment is due and your second blog is due. So Tuesday and Friday. That doesn't vary until the last week because we run out of time. In the last week, in week 6, just giving you a heads up, again, Tuesday and Friday, things are due. I'm trying to leave you weekends without having to do this stuff. That's my thought process there. Okay, so week 6, you have 3 assignments due in week 6. This is where it gets a little off the rhythm. It's not too different though. Your digital storytelling is due the Tuesday. Your blog that week is due on Wednesday. And your final 1 to 2 page reflective essay is due on the 29th. There is some flexibility. Say perhaps you're struggling with 3 things due in a row and you can't get that thing in on the 29th. I just have to have it. I have to have it in time to grade it and turn the grades around within 78 hours. And those are fairly easy to grade, just so you know. So 2 things a week until the last week when there are 3. That final reflective paper should be easy. And hopefully this relieves any stress for you. I hope. I don't know. Anyway, again, I'm Laura Haverkamp. I am your instructor for this term, and hopefully this has oriented you to my expectations for the course. And I hope that's it. All right, I'm gonna say I'm done here. I hope this is not too tastic and awful because I haven't done a course recording in a while. It's since last summer. Anyway, so welcome to storytelling, and look for 2 more lectures this week because we're going to dive right into content because there's no time to waste in a 6-week course. All right, thanks. Bye.